Denman, and I am the director of the Student Advocacy Center at San Antonio College here in San Antonio, Texas. And we are part of the Alamo College system, which actually has 5 Alamo colleges, but we are the largest of those 5 colleges and right in the heart of San Antonio downtown. A little bit about me. I actually am a licensed professional counseling supervisor. I did graduate with my master's in mental health counseling in 2005 from the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. And since then, I've been in college mental health for, I guess, a little over 15 years now. Most recently, joining San Antonio College in May of 2020, which was an interesting start because the Alamo colleges had actually gone remote due to COVID-19. So I did start this position as the director of the Student Advocacy Center remote, and we have just started within the last couple months to be able to come onto campus and start providing all of our services back on site, of course, utilizing all of our safety precautions, but we were able to continue providing most of our services in some capacity, even throughout COVID-19 and the Alamo colleges being closed. So that has been a lot of change and a lot of work for us to be able to do what we did in person for so long, but also a lot of growth to be able to expand services and just become more creative. So I'm going to go ahead and get started telling you about what we do here over at San Antonio College. And if you're familiar with community college systems, there's a very prestigious award called the Aspen Award. And we actually were just notified within the last couple months that we were the recipient and chosen as the winner of the Aspen Award. So we are considered #1 community college in the nation. So that's very exciting for us. And so we want to share what we do and how we really support our students and their success. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this is a little bit of information, just a quick overview of the Student Advocacy Center, our hours, how you contact us, our list of services, and of course that QR code that you can use on your phone to be able to go directly to our website for the Advocacy Center. So if you have a second, go ahead and snap that picture so that way you can go to our website down the road. Okay, so our goal, or what we call our moonshot, is partnering to end poverty through education in the greater San Antonio region. And so that is always what we go back to, why we do what we do for our students. So this is just a quick breakdown of our student profile. Of course, we're serving over 100,000 students usually annually, and you can see there what the racial ethnic breakdown is for our student population, with Hispanic, African American, White, Asian, and other. Our male-female ratio, how many full-time versus part-time students we have, and of course the most important are the 62% underprepared students, the 53% economically disadvantaged, and that about 70% of our students are receiving financial aid. So what that tells us, of course, is that our students have need, and we want to be able to support them and provide those resources so that they can be successful. So our challenge, of course, too many students leave college because life gets in the way. We know that our faculty are going to be teaching and supporting our students, but a lot of times that's not the reason why they have to drop out. They drop out due to things outside of the classroom. So, we did some research with our students, and you can see these numbers. About 61% worry about having enough money to pay for school, 47% worry about paying their monthly expenses, 36% show signs of very low food insecurity. Of course, we have students who are housing insecure, food insecure, and we know if you are not able to provide for your basic needs, you're not going to be able to focus on being successful in college. So I'm going to share a quick video about our Advocacy Center.
I really want to go to the moment for real.
I was one of the students going through poverty, financial insecurity, instability as far as home goes.
I started out here really just trying to find a place to become the greater me that I know that I'm intended to be.
I was really looking for a college that I felt connected to, that I felt that there was growth
I literally get to see lives change by the services we offer. As a casework support specialist, I do the legwork for the counseling interns that we have here.
And so when I started here, I visited the Advocacy Center, and I fell in love with what they do, and so now I'm working here.
It's really what I've done all of my life, really find resources to help people survive. I've learned how to literally do more with less in my life than most people can do with a whole lot. So it was like the perfect fit on my journey to become who I know I'm intended to be.
I really connected with the students, and every day that I show up here, I am reminded that, you know, everything is worth it and that there's hope.
So being in the Student Advocacy Center has been such a great impact on my life. I get to see men and women, students here at San Antonio College, literally cry tears, saying things like, I've just never had anyone to care.
Okay, so that was just a quick snippet of two of our students who actually started with us utilizing the Advocacy Center services, and then because of their love and passion and how much they appreciated and enjoyed the services that we provided, that they actually continued with us in work study capacity. So they were through the financial aid program working at the Advocacy Center through the work study program, and then both actually have also continued to be able to be employed with the Advocacy Center. Because again of that passion that they found in receiving services and now wanting to give back. So that's exciting. We love sharing those stories. So so we have, of course, the challenge. Now we have the strategy. So in order to support our students, we needed to establish a student resource center network. Some of the things that came out at the beginning, of course, were food pantry was needed to meet those food needs, clothes closet for you know, the clothing needs, counseling to support their mental health, case management to be able to provide emergency aid and community resources, of course, tools to be able to manage their finances as they move forward and hopefully graduate, get their jobs, and then have money that they need to figure out how to manage. And then, of course, emergency loans. So those are the things that we identified quickly that we needed to work on. So our mission is to increase student retention rates by supporting students' unmet socioeconomic or mental health needs, which exist outside the classroom and negatively impact levels of stress, focus, and student performance. So again, we talked about that. We want to work on the barriers outside the classroom, especially basic needs so that they can be successful in the classroom, meet their goals, and continue their education, and of course, into the workforce. So about our center, of course, we're in identifying that as the issue, that's what we're doing. We want to provide for their basic needs. We want to be able to provide resources so that those don't become barriers to them leaving San Antonio College. So the first Advocacy Center was established at San Antonio College. It opened in fall of 2016. We serve a variety of programs and services to help them succeed. And actually now all 5 Alamo colleges have an advocacy center in different stages of development. So we are the most developed because of course we started first and we continue to grow, but the other colleges are also continuing to create and grow their advocacy centers as well. So the Student Advocacy Center is supported by our amazing staff. So we do have staff members that are full-time, part-time employed through San Antonio College, but we also have work study students who I mentioned before who are working toward their educational goals here at San Antonio College, and of course are being able to get an income, but also give back to San Antonio College through the Advocacy Center. We also have internships available for social work, counseling, public health, and higher education interns. And those are partnerships with colleges across San Antonio to provide a collaborative approach to our clients' needs. It's also a way for us to be able to have enough staff to be able to provide the services like counseling and case management that our students need, and also give those interns the hours that they need for their programs through their home colleges. So, and then of course we also get additional support to assist us from our volunteers. We couldn't do it without our volunteers, and those include of course our own San Antonio College leadership, including our president, Dr. Vela, but also faculty and staff, and then community partners, and of course our students also volunteer. So students can gain access to the Student Advocacy Center for all 5 Alamo colleges by calling the Advocacy Center helpline. And that was created through a grant established with the United Way. And it's actually run by my team at San Antonio College, but it does support all 5 advocacy centers through the 5 Alamo colleges, so that students call one number, which of course is listed there, to be able to get connected with their resources. It did launch in March of 2020, so right before I actually joined the team. But what happened was it became crucial. It was our way for students who were remote due to COVID-19 to be able to be connected to our support services, even though the college was not open and we were operating in a remote capacity. So it was a lifeline for sure for a lot of our students to be connected. So services that we offer, of course, I already talked about this, case management. We assist students with financial and community resources, which include our emergency funds. Of course, the biggest right now are the CARES Act funds, the CARISA funds that are coming through the colleges for emergency student aid. So we connect our students with the application, and financial aid processes those funds. We also have other emergency funds that are listed there, of course, through some of our community partners. We also do referrals to community partners for rent, utilities, food, housing, childcare, healthcare, technology, public assistance. We have a lot of resources here, but there's a lot of resources out in the San Antonio community that we also connect our students with. So that way, hopefully, we're providing full wraparound services for them to be successful. Of course, counseling is available. We have mental health professional mental health counselors who provide individual and group counseling services, and of course, our interns also support that through our counseling internship program. We also have what's called our Magic Closet, and that's to assist our students with any clothing needs. It is here at the Advocacy Center. It's free to students. It is completely through donation from, of course, our San Antonio community, but also through Alamo colleges, and our students even donate to the clothes closet. We do have men's, women's, children's clothing, including campus wear and professional wear and accessories. So that way, of course, if they need something to be able to wear to campus, they can do that. But if they're going to be doing interviewing, we want to make sure that they have that professional wear and it's not a huge expense to them that they can't afford. We also have bookstore vouchers to be able to assist students, and then we do have health and wellness support through our student life department. So things like women's health and sexual health, those kinds of things are provided on campus as well. We do have a partnership with the San Antonio Food Bank, and during our remote period where we were not able to have our food pantry open, we did develop pop-up markets, and that's where students could come and get food. Actually, students, faculty, and staff could come and get food through a drive-through contactless distribution. And so we also have a San Antonio Food Bank navigator who is assigned to San Antonio College, and they will help students with SNAP benefits and signing up for WIC and Medicaid, those kinds of things. Daily, we have grab and go, so they can come in and get a drink. Students can come in and get a drink and a snack every day that they're here on campus to be able to help them get through. And we do have what's called rescue resources, food rescue resources, where local H-E-B, Costco, Walmart, Starbucks, for the food that they are not able to sell, but it is still good, they will actually deliver it here, and then our students can have that free of charge through the Advocacy Center. And then we already talked a little bit about the food pantry. We do have it's a store. Students come in and shop it just like a store with a basket, and it also includes not only food items, but toiletries, feminine hygiene, diapers, wipes, and even pet food we've added. And then we do have a diaper program for student parents as well through the Texas Diaper Bank. So we also have an additional student care advocate that's assigned to San Antonio College, and they focus in on former and adopted foster youth, because we know that's a population that needs a little bit of extra help to be successful just due to aging out of the foster program. And so we have a special staff member who is able to support them, and of course all the resources through the Advocacy Center. We also have a financial wellness program through Student Life, where students can, of course, work on budgets, how to save, and also get access to individual financial advising. And then most recently, we have added in medical services. We do have them available to all 5 Alamo colleges in partnership with the UT Health Science Center. Our clinics opened, actually physically opened here on campus at San Antonio College in Palo Alto in spring of 21, but telehealth services are available as well, and all 5 colleges are supported through those 2 clinics. And then this is just a quick overview of some of the braided resources. Braided meaning partnerships within the community to be able to support the services that we provide here. So case management, there's also community resources that assist with that. We do short-term solution-focused counseling. So if someone needs additional counseling or maybe medication management, we do have community referrals that we will do. Again, the Foster Youth Program is in partnership with the Bexar County Fostering Education Success and also private donors. The helpline is a partnership with United Way. Lots of emergency aid, which is through different public grants and private donors. And then the Wellness 360 Clinic, our health clinic, is through UT Health Science Center. And then, of course, the San Antonio Food Bank for our food resources. Real quickly, this is just how one of the tools we use to be able to identify student need. We have them fill out a self-assessment for any student that's coming in to receive Advocacy Center services, and they'll score themselves in these areas, so college, housing, utilities, food, medical health, mental health, substance abuse, employment, from a 1 to 5 scale, of course with 5 in crisis and 1 I'm good. And this just helps us do case management to be able to really meet all their needs in all the areas that we have through the Advocacy Center. And then just real quickly at the end of my presentation, just wanted to do some real quick highlights for this last year that we've been tracking this information. And so from fall of 2020, spring of 2021, and summer of 2021, which we're in right now, these are just some of the quick numbers for you to take a look at. So you can see how many individual counseling appointments we've provided, which is quite a bit, how many case management appointments we've provided, how many helpline calls we're getting, and we do track how many student calls we get as well as just total calls, because we'll get community members or non-students that will call wanting information as well that we connect. And of course, we didn't have any numbers for fall of 2020 or spring 2021 for the food pantry and clothes closet because we were closed, but we did open as of summer and have started providing those services. And then here are our pop-up markets that I mentioned while we were closed. We did provide food resources on our campus, and so you can see how many households we served for fall, spring, and summer, how many individuals were served with food, how many of those were Alamo College students, and then the total pounds of food. So you can see how amazing this is, that we've actually given out over 253,000 pounds of food since fall of 2020. And then here, of course, now we're tracking those food rescue programs as well, how many pounds of food we're getting from the food rescue. And then here is our emergency aid that we talked about. We have not calculated yet for summer 2021 because we're still working on that, but you can see for fall how many students received some sort of award through the Advocacy Center, including CARES Act funding, and the total amount awarded. And then, of course, for spring, and then we'll have a great number at the end of the summer where we'll get to see how many students total have been served and then how much emergency aid had been awarded. Okay, so that's it for me. I know that was very quick, but if you want more information, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm best reached by email, but you can see there my name. Again, I'm with San Antonio College. I'm the Director of Student Advocacy. There's my email, and then there's our webpage. And I'm going to quickly flip back to the very first page. So if you wanted to get that QR code, you can do so. It's right there. Also, the number for our helpline is there. And then, of course, the email for our Advocacy Center. So thank you for your time. I hope it was helpful. And please don't hesitate to reach out if you want any more information.